Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Booty Call, presented by Roll for Booty. I am Billy King. My best friend and co-host says she's zooming in from Hunter Biden's laptop. It's Aerin Saul Monroe.
Hello, it's a dark and spooky place here.
Decided I'm going to add them a new way that you call me, and I hope they're not all political, but we'll see what happens.
We'll try. We'll see.
Super excited here to introduce you guys to Mikey Pollock, the creator of Galaxies, the game. Hi, Mikey. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing really well. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So,
happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. In a sea of fantasy RPGs, what made you go sci-fi? I think is my first question.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's a great question. Well, I'm 55 now. I created this game when I was 18 in high school, senior, because we were all D&D fanatics. And everybody said, why don't we try a space game instead, sci-fi? At the time, Traveler was out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, that was a complicated game. I tried playing it.
Yeah.
But you had to get like 20 to 25 booklets. It's like each booklet, you needed to buy 5 more to get these races.
Oh, yeah. My dad's a huge Traveler fan.
It's a great game, but there was so much to it. So I just kind of came up with this game, the basic format. I started typing up charts. I'm big on random encounters. I think you can construct any kind of game that is going to be good with a good jump-off point. Mm-hmm. So I came up with a bunch of random encounters. I came up with like 4 or 5 races, some of which are represented here, but they've been renamed for trademark and copyright purposes. That's why serfs. That's why I came up with the term for robots, for droids, because you can't use droid. It's you know, the whole Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Star Wars has a copyright on the word droid.
Yeah,
and
droid.
I'm gonna bleep it out every time we say it, so no one knows what we're saying.
Yeah, and they have the copyright on the Force too, and Jedi Knight.
Mm-hmm. Jedi Knight, I get.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I get that. So anyway, we started playing this game, and I just kind of went off the cuff from my notes and using the random encounter tables, and it was a hit. We played it for a long time. Then eventually we kind of got back into D&D, then Call of Cthulhu and all the other, games. And Galaxies kind of went by the wayside. And then just a couple years ago, a friend of mine said, hey, have you heard about Kickstarter? And he told me all about those. And so we did a Kickstarter for this, and we made our goal. And so there's like, I don't know, probably 50 or 60 people. Nobody has reported back yet about their gaming experience.
It was me. But I was a Kickstarter backer. I haven't played it yet, though.
Nice. Okay. Well, awesome. So so we did that. And then, and we played a bunch of Zoom games with people. The artist, Andrew Perez, actually played with us, and he created the character of Roger in the cantina.
Beautiful.
And so that's how it kind of came about. He's awesome, and I knew he was a great actor. I'd worked with him in that capacity, but I had no idea he was an artist.
Me either. When I saw that he was when I saw that he was doing your art, I was like, Andrew can draw. And then I got the book and I was like, these are beautiful.
It's very unique too. There's a very specific style that like matches sci-fi with like almost like a retro feel to it. Like something to find in a manual that you would use in a sci-fi setting.
Oh, absolutely. It's got that cool like almost like Jetsons-y kind of like Star Trek-y vintage feel to it. Yeah.
Like the future, the future forward of like the 80s and 90s.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
there you go. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. No, it's for reference, Mikey and I go way back. We're theater folk.
Right. Yeah, back in the day.
I figured because you your mom.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mikey is beloved in the Sacramento theater community for sure.
What was the most recent thing you've done?
Let's see. Last night, actually,
Yeah.
I was in Seekers of the Strange at the Sophia, home of the B Street Theater, new home because they're not on B Street now. So
I know.
it's tripping, but it's a live action role playing game based. It's kind of gothic horror, but based a little bit on Cthulhu, and we did that last night. And it's a little more. It's a lot of audience, not exactly immersion where people are coming up on stage, but there's a lot of interaction between the two.
Very cool.
And hey, I figure anything that I just think gaming is a great thing.
Oh yeah.
And you know,
absolutely.
I enjoy. I'm in a couple of groups that meet like once, every other month, kind of a thing. But
yeah,
the more the merrier, I think.
Yeah, I mean so Robert and I are in 3 consecutive D&D games. He DMs all 3 of them, and they're like every other weekend. And it's so funny because we were talking about this and he was like, oh man, I love Mikey. I would love to game with Mikey again sometime. And I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we should have Mikey come game sometime. Absolutely. So we're always like, yes, we have so many games that we run, and then it's like we're just gonna keep adding more, even though we keep telling ourselves we won't.
Yeah, that's the internal struggle. Same. Yeah, I have no time at all, but I'm also really excited to start the Tomb of Annihilation. Like any day I get told that starts, I will make sure it happens.
Yeah, I mean we are pretty much running it for you and our other friend Scott. So
Oh, nice.
I would love to know more about the inspiration you use for your races, because there's a lot of at least that I thought were very unique, especially the character that I will be playing in your game this coming weekend. Blech, I think it's called. Am I pronouncing it wrong?
No, there's no wrong pronunciation for it. But Blech is a good So that race was, we wanted to come up with something that wasn't sparkly, wasn't a little they're a little I don't know, lower caste race.
Yeah.
but we also like and they have all these penalties, they have these minuses to abilities, but they do have that acid attack for 1d4, and I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that there was this, because I have all these like high and noble races. I thought having one that's just kind of a spitter, and somebody, I didn't think anybody would take those. I was thinking of those more for me, because I'm like, oh, well, these can be great like villains for the party to have to confront. A person in the first game actually took one of them.
I immediately knew I was going to be playing
one. I read it and I went, Billy's going to play that for sure.
Yeah.
But to add
Joe, and I'm very excited.
It's like a healthy dose of whimsy to this game, because that was one thing I wanted in a sci-fi that I haven't seen, unless
absolutely.
I haven't ever seen a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy role-playing game. There probably is one. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
But I wanted that sort of feel, and the black kind of fit in there. And a lot of the races have these kind of odd. The Gelonians is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with all of them. I was like, I don't even know what character I would want to play first, because I was like, let me just build a character, and then I got to the races and I was like, oh no, I love all of them. But I think the serfs are my favorite, because I kind of love that, like, they're robots but not really, and there's sort of this like mystery to them that I kind of really like.
Right.
The naming of it was because serf is a lower like used person to something greater, so I thought like there was a lot of metaphorical standing between that and what they were.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm glad you noticed that. Some people were like, "What? Why'd you come up with that?"
I ironically call people surf as an insult constantly. So
he does. Well, and I also really liked I think, what was it? There, I can't remember the name. The good God. The Brandapods, that's what it was. I was like trying to scroll to it because I couldn't remember the name. I love that you were like, hey, sentient plant people, but they could be any kind of plant. And they're all over the gal. And I was like, I love that so much.
Thank you. That's a cool one. Back in high school, one of the people I played with was Jen Ely then. Now she's Grafton, and her son created the Brandapod. He actually came up with the plant idea. He said, "Can I play a plant, an alien plant?" And I'm like, "Sure." His name is Brandon, so that's why it's a Brandapod.
Oh my God!
Now you're immortal.
That's so cute.
He came up with the hat thing too. It was so weird because I said, "What do you look like?" And he was like, "Well, I'm like a tumbleweed, but I always wear a hat." And he would always wear hats when we gamed like ridiculous.
So but that's totally one of those things that, like, I think that was the thing I really loved about the races is that they all have like a little almost like role play jumping off point. And I think that's something, especially for like new tabletop gamers who maybe like aren't super comfortable getting into like the role play. That's something so great because they have kind of that fun little quirk that they can play up. And so like that little thing of like, ooh, a hat. I'm a giant daisy, but I put on this fedora is so adorable. And it's such a fun little quirky thing for players.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like veterans know that they can play what the hell they want. But yeah, new people definitely need something like a big color sign to grab their eyes real fast and be like, oh, yeah, a daisy with fedora. Now I know like you says milady and
yeah. Well, and so you're saying your favorite's the Jelonians, right?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And I like the Baylorians too, the dragon folk, because I like the idea of being able to slide your intelligence and strength.
Yeah.
So you can make a really dumb, strong guy, or you can make a really smart, weak guy. But the Jelonians are one of my favorites because one of the random encounters, there's the 100 random encounters, jumping off points again. I guess there's a lot, when you said that, there's a lot of this, which is good. The Jelonians,
there was nothing but random encounters, so like I'm 100% understanding.
No, that's totally true. People are always telling me, "Oh yeah, I bought this book the other day for whatever, Hard Quest or whatever game, and just random encounters." And I'm like, "Yeah, I would have bought that too, especially back in the D&D getting all the books games." There was a thing about a Jelonian. I had a Jelonian lost at the space station, and I thought it was just going to be a side thing. I had another mission, but the party got obsessed with this Jelonian. And the thing was, it was only 15 years old, so it had left home. It ran away 5 years earlier, and I did the kid from the Cleveland show. So we can't talk like this, and so he's like, "Well, I'm not supposed to be away from the home world, but I'm here, and I want to have adventures." That was
Billy and I are already in love with him.
That is like real 101.
Yeah.
He's cute. He needs help. He has a fun voice.
Yep, we're in love with him. We'll protect him with our lives.
Yeah, it totally subverted the mission. And for the next 2 games, I had to come up with the home world, and because they wanted to get him back to his parents, they took him home.
Oh my god, that's amazing! I love that.
My
god!
Well, it was really fun.
Yeah,
I need a list of NPC voices, and I need to put Cleveland Brown.
Right? So,
Junior.
That's brilliant.
That's so good.
So,
go ahead.
Oh no, you had a question.
No, you.
I mean, okay. So I wanted to ask you about how, like, why and how you chose what dice you chose for it, because it's almost the standard like D20 set, but no D12.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah, no D12.
I guess I figured 2D6 was good enough. But I wanted to stick kind of close to D&D dice, but I really like percentage. because it gives you so much more gradation, and part of the fun, fun is failure, is teaching players. Don't always think, I have to keep my character alive and I have to win this or I have to get that. Instead, enjoy the sandbox, enjoy the world that you're playing in. And if you fail, if you try an interpersonal skill, try to tell a joke and you fail, make a meal out of that. Like, tell the worst joke or screw it up, or forget the punchline. There's all these options. So I like the percentage as far as skills. And that was, that's Call of Cthulhu and a bunch of other, I've seen a bunch of other games.
It also prevents a lot of like min-maxing. Like, I feel like failure is a part of fun. Like you said, like being, some people love to just be good at everything. Like, that's awesome. But sometimes, like, you have to be able to be laughed at a little bit for everyone else to enjoy. So you have to mess up. It's a part of the experience.
I definitely think that your system is one that doesn't let anybody like overly power game, which I really like, because sometimes, like, at least for me, I'm really in it a lot of the time for like the role play of it all. And sometimes like playing with power gamers who don't role play at all, and they're just like, I want to be amazing at everything and I want to build this kind of game breaking character. It's not any fun. I want to, and so when I was coming through this, I was like, oh man, like, I love that this kind of makes people have to really like build a character and really role play and be willing to role play through those failures. And so I really love that about it. Yeah,
exactly. And then otherwise, it was just to have an established set of dice. We did have an online reviewer reviewed the game and did a brief interview in the beginning when the Kickstarter was first like funded. And he suggested the double for double. When you get doubles, it's a bonus for percentages, because he'd never seen that in a game before, and he always thought it was a good idea. So we were like, okay, well, with your permission, we'll steal that. But that's why the dice, and I wanted to keep it. I think D&D really nailed it with the dice, with with percentage. It's fun, the D20, and all that stuff.
I have to completely agree. Like, I love a lot about D&D, but my biggest love of D&D is collecting dice.
Oh yeah, like, I'm a dice goblin.
I'm not the only one. So when I go play another game and I get told that I don't get to bring my dice, I immediately take a little mental step backwards.
Is that really why you don't like the alien system, Billy? Is you can't bring dice?
I hate aliens. I hate them so much. I have my own D6s. I have bought like 18 D6 sets. I'll draw a little squid on one side or something. Just
it's okay. We'll let you play Shadowrun someday, and you can bring all your D6s.
Cool. Those are spiky. That's perfect.
I like the variety of dice. Because I've played games where I thought, oh, this is very clever. It's all 10-sided dice base, but then that gets old. And for things like damage and stuff, I don't know, it's more interesting. And part of the cool thing is, even people that don't like role playing are like, oh, these cool dice. How can you have 20-sided dice? That's my favorite one. It's like they can't fathom how that would be possible till they see
all over the place. Rolling it is exciting because it just hit 20 and then it's still like pushing over. Like it just adds more to the experience to bring, like, against like Power of the Apocalypse, where it's just like 2d6s and it's such a huge variable between just two numbers, or it's like, wow, that would have been great, except for I rolled a 9, a 7 instead of like, it's like what, like 7, 8, 9 are okay, and then 10 up or is better or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like
that
midsection as a variable. I want like
I want to know if I've done it or not done it.
Yeah.
Or
I lost by a ton. I can play off that rather than just one number.
I definitely prefer the like pass fail in systems for sure.
Yeah,
I'm a huge mechanic guy. I love making my own mechanics. I have piles of them everywhere. What was your favorite mechanic when you were building this? Like, as far as like, this is a whole system created based off of blank.
As well, That's a good question. I did, like you were talking about the random encounters, and that was kind of my starting point, and then pulling on things that were popular in the game when I first started it, and I would just kind of steal. Role playing. The great thing is it's not plagiarism.
No,
you're just celebrating their stuff, really, and it's kind of recombining the basic ideas. But I remembered. I wanted specific races rather than focusing on class. Because when I first started, I had classes in there, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's just like there's no level raising. I didn't want to do it. I'm like, no. Why? You get better by buying a better gun. You get better by buying cyberware. I wanted everything to be sort of inclusive and not have people so focused on getting to 20th level. Rather, you're at where you're at, and if you get augmentation or shoot, there's brain transplants, you can do any old thing you want. But I think my basic thing is just telling the good story, because I learned early on in D&D, like you were talking about, there's hack and slashers, there's rule they get stuck in the rules.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I've got to look that up. Let me see. Okay, here's the table. What'd you want to do again?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, you just totally derailed our action in the moment.
Yeah.
Better to have the GM, and that's why we talk so much about house rules, because I think every game you're gonna have your stuff.
Oh yeah.
Certain people do certain things, but I wanted it to be like a lot of springboards. That's why there's the mini random encounters in every place you go. Because I wanted to give the GM ammo, but not tell them the kind of gun to use. So that they have plenty of stuff. Yeah, because you could make a meal out of almost anything.
Oh yeah.
I think. And so I wanted a free-form game, but also a game that was complete with just one book. There's no... If there were supplements to this, which I could imagine doing that, but it would be... I wanted everything to be here so that you have everything that you need to get started. And I think most games, because there's the what I call the ideal game, which is a balance of wanting action, fighting, or whatever, problem solving, and then also group interaction. Because I try not to rush games. I think it's super important. It's like, okay, so you guys all meet at an inn, and there's a roaring fire, and there's this guy over here in armor, there's a guy over here in robes, and then see what the party does. I don't like to spend a huge amount of time on, hey, guess what? You guys all have to meet each other. Because you always have that one player that goes, well, I don't know if I trust these people, and they won't get.
It won't play the program. Yep.
So I wanted something that could start quick, because I'm thinking, like, for the campaign I started, I had them arriving on a transport at the Nexus space station, and they were all on the same transport, so that we got that out of the way. So I wanted quick start, and I wanted it to be able to be a one session thing or a campaign, because as you guys I'm sure know, it's scheduling thing for campaigns.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people would totally do it if you could find a time that everybody can be there. That's why I think, even though people say, hey, we're starting another game, the nice part about that is that means you're starting another schedule. So you could possibly get players who couldn't come to, or
exactly.
Have friends that are having to meet at 4 a.m. in the morning because one of their players is overseas, and I'm like, so you got up at 4 a.m., huh? To do your thing. But
yeah, man. Well, that's like the game so we have one of our games we play every other Sunday night, and it's because it's all of our actor friends, and so Sunday night is like the one time actors don't really have anything going on.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Matinees are out by 4. Like, nobody has rehearsal unless you have like a tech Sunday, and so
free. Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah,
no, I think that's a good idea.
You awaken in your room at Velarax Towers on the Nexus. After being dropped here by a transport ship, you are determined to find your way in the galaxy. You know the Nexus is your best shot at finding a crew looking for new blood or someone with a job that needs doing. When you arrived, someone gave you a tip that even though there's a job board, the best jobs can be found at Roger's Cantina. So first we will start with Billy. You awaken in your room at Velarax Towers. I assume you could only afford the little coffin closet.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer small cramped spaces. So he tells himself that this is his choice and that
good.
all over this situation.
Good. Can you please intro your character for me?
As I step out of my closet that they renovated into a home, one booted foot hits the ground at a time. Spurs jingle and clack against the metal, and then after you hear that, you hear a dragging sound of the other foot that doesn't leave the ground at all times. Slides across the concrete floor because there's no carpeting, which is fine. He messes up carpets a lot. Ash falls from his excessively large cigar. This is Smooth Joe. He is a black character, like a human being, but very greasy. Slicked back, black hair in a ponytail, and he's ready to start his day.
Wonderful, Smooth Joe. As you exit your closet, the door behind you does a friendly creaking as it only 3/4 of the way closes. You gotta kind of muscle it the rest of the way. Wonderful. I assume you are heading down to the lobby to start your day. Wonderful.
My day, as I start every other day, cold oatmeal and water.
Beautiful. The waitress at the in-house restaurant at the Velarax Towers, it's just like, are you ever gonna check out? Or I mean, you've been here for like a week.
You're so funny, sweetie.
She just goes, oh, and just walks off. Wonderful. When you finish your cold oatmeal and water,
I don't stop smoking. I'm still in there in the corner of my mouth. And sometimes I'll remove it, but sometimes I'll get lost in thought and just put both in the same time.
Wonderful. You pleasantly are eating your breakfast. So we will cut over to Robert, our guest for the episode, my lovely husband, Robert Salzwarno. Baby, will you please introduce your character in your lavish room at the Velarax Towers?
His room is quite the contrast from what we saw earlier, as there are plush, thick velvet carpets. Everything's done in like burgundies and purples and just opulent. There are statues of like Olympian-style naked figures, like in bodybuilder poses, but they're like small, like they're like holding like a thing of like, one of them's like a sink where it's like he's holding the basin of water, like, and so it's like separated, like it's this like weird like muscly dude holding a thing of water for you, like as Balthasar Laserford of the Tau Ceti Laserfords finishes adjusting his polyester ascot, and
oh my god.
Not a hair is out of place on his finely coiffed head. He's blonde. He's strapping. He's like 3 feet wide. Just big rippling muscles. As he has nothing better to do than work out. He is like, he's got like that classic 50s like wave space captain hair. You know what I'm talking
Beautiful.
about? Like,
oh, yeah.
yes. And his suit has like the Jetsons. He's got like the Jetsons like ridges on the shoulders,
Magical. Yeah.
We love a good shoulder pad moment.
Absolutely. We do. We love a good shoulder pad. Wonderful.
But as he steps outside, he gets a ring on his. I guess he has these glasses that have like digital like holographic things popping up on them. You could tell he's receiving some sort of message, and it's his electronic butler informing him that while his mother's accounts are continuing to pay for the room, he only has 200 credits left for discretionary spending.
Trust fund, baby.
His eyes narrow, and he like lets out like a soft "damn it."
Wonderful. Do you also head down to the lobby to get breakfast?
Yes.
Wonderful. You are as you approach the restaurant, you see a strange, broken man eating cold oatmeal and drinking water, and occasionally biting a cigar that he is actively smoking. As you are intercepted by the matron, he says, "Good morning, Mr. Laserfoot. Please, this way to your private table." And he leads you away from the disturbing man and sets
my
you
usual
down.
garçon.
Of course. He brings you caviar and bellinis and cream and a coffee and orange juice. Just a lavish spread. Way too much food for one person, but they are happy to bring it to you. And you both...
Only the best for the Laserfoots.
Of course. And she says, "Sir, where will you be heading today?"
He looks out the window into like the starport that's nearby, and you can see like ships blasting off into the stars. Not quite sure yet, Garçon, but I'll let you know.
Glorious, sir. We are happy to extend your stay. Your mother has offered to pay for as long as you would like to be here, so please just inform us how... Wonderful. So you enjoy your breakfast in peace, and both of you step out at seemingly the same time. It took you a long time to eat that oatmeal. Out into the Nexus. You see a sprawling domed space station with brilliant neon advertisements and the echoing bustle of activity everywhere. Lots of little piping ups of, "Come try out the VR virtual world," and "over here on this," but just constant sound everywhere. You have a little bit of time before Roger's Cantina opens, so where would you like to go? There are many places in this space station. Lots of opportunity for shopping, and fun to be had. Let's see here. There's JoJo's Guns and General Store. You could go check out the job board if you feel so inclined.
I definitely am looking for work.
All right. Okay. So you head over to the job board. And on your way, you're making your way through. You get jostled around a couple of times. A couple of
someone
folks
bumps into me. Yeah. There's a very slight sound as their body pushes my clothes against my skin.
Gross.
It's gross.
So gross. You're so squishy. One guy bumps into you and hears the squish. He goes, "Ah! Watch where you're going, weirdo! Jesus!" Just
Jesus.
Space Jesus.
Space
and Space Jesus.
And space savior.
You head up to the job board. Laser Christ. It's Laser Christ now. And you head up to the job board, and not much, slim pickings. Mostly a lot of task rabbit type things, like, "I need you to go drive me to my grandson's over at the spaceport." Like, lots of, just a lot of nothing. It seems like all the really good jobs got swept up real quick this morning. Like people really camp out at this job board for the real pricey signing bonus jobs to get dropped off by the Intergalactic Council. And so not a lot in the way of really good jobs. But there are a few, pay a couple 100 credits. It seems like you could go get them done pretty quickly if you felt like it. But nothing that really stands out to you.
Nothing that needs a violent answer.
No. No, it's a lot of like, I need somebody to go pick up my grocery order at Whole Foods. It's a lot of that. A lot of
time do we have? Because I might just go pick up that lady's groceries.
You have time to go pick up that lady's groceries.
I'm gonna try something new. I'll pick up the little piece of paper and just say, like, as they always said at home, don't look the rabbit in the mouth when it's giving you a treat.
Great.
And I'll put it in my pocket and we'll head over
beautiful.
to Space Winco.
It has her name on it and everything. So you head on over to Space Winco. We will pick back up with you. Robert, where are you going?
I think the first thing he would do is he's going to check in with his bookie.
Okay. Okay.
And probably place an ill-advised bet. Perfect.
Great. So you head over to the ponies. The ponies. There's a racetrack, but it's not a live racetrack. It is a live stream of the Velen Beast track from Surfin' Bird, which is like a intergalactic dogfighting ring. Essentially, it's like a bunch of
races too.
They have races. They have beasts that they like match up against people who like try to fight them. You bet on who's gonna win. All kinds of things. It's a general, and when you walk in, you are greeted.
Laserfords don't bet on blood sports. That's gauche.
Yeah, gotcha. You are greeted by
VR Dave and Buster's, but for gambling.
Yeah. It's like a VR Dave and Buster's for gambling. And you are greeted by your surf bookie, who rolls over to you on his little adapted couch mechanism that he lives in. And he says, "What are you doing here, Laserford?"
Looking to pick up a hot number.
All right, well, I got races today of fights. What do you want?
Races.
All right. Here are the numbers, and he hands you a sheet of the dogs that are racing today. They're these dogs from the Baelorian planet that are lizard-like but built like a dog, prime for racing. And he gives you all their stats and all their names. They all have, ridiculous dog show type names. Which one are you picking?
The one that's either got the red outfit or
the one that's got the red outfit is called Fireburst.
Name.
Yeah, the one that's got the red outfit is called Firebursts on a Sunset.
I've heard that at a bar.
Yeah, he's got red scales and a little red collar. And then there is oh god, I gotta think of a dog show name. Oh no. And then there is a very large dog. It's all black, and its name is Hammersmith Heathcliff.
Oh yeah, that's clearly the one I'm going for.
Good, great. He's all right. Let's see how Hammersmith Heathcliff does versus the other dogs. How much are you putting down?
200.
Oh, your money, all or nothing. All or nothing. And your bookie just goes, "You're crazy, man. You're crazy." All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, come on, Heathcliff. I believe in you. My pen was in my pocket.
All right, this is gonna be Heathcliff's roll. Ooh, all right. So, the dogs take off. You're clutching your little bookie slip with all your heart.
He's very calm. He watches the whole thing impassively, almost.
Good. Yep. And those dogs, they're going. Heathcliff looks like he's doing pretty good. The dogs are a little slow today, but right there at the end, hearts up tall and high, just sails past him for the win. And you, sir, are out 200 credits.
All right. So, Laserford just stands up, doesn't even say anything, and just walks out.
Perfect. And the bookie's like, "Tough break, kid. Tough break."
He doesn't even look at him. Like Laserford does not even look at him.
So let's come back over to Smooth Joe, who is currently standing in line at the order pickup at the Galactic Winco.
She wants.
And everybody's giving you just a wide berth.
I got a can of tomatoes in oil and a can of tomatoes in water, and I'm just like staring obsessively between them.
Yeah.
A weird pool of liquid underneath my feet because I've stand there for so long.
Gross. Jesus. You've been standing there so long that a Gelonian employee wobbles up to you and is like, "Sweetheart, are you okay? You all right? You've been here a minute, sweetheart."
I don't think I'm quite worked out for work like this.
What are you trying to do? Can I help you?
I just hand her the list.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, okay. So this order's already been placed, honey. You just got to go over to that counter over there, and they'll hand you the bag."
It just you'll.
It's all right.
You've been a doll. Thank you very much. And then, as I go over to the pickup counter that has probably a giant sign that says "order pickup."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All, bless his little heart, and she just mops up your little grease pile. keeps jiggling on.
She gets it.
She gets it.
Yeah.
So you walk up to the orders counter, and a young plucky human kid says, "Hi, welcome to Space Winco. What can I do for you? Are you picking up an order?"
I'm picking up for Miss Tabernathy.
Tabernathy, okay. And he's running around checking all the bags. Tabernathy. Okay. And he lifts up. He struggles to lift up this giant bag of groceries and plops it in front of you. And he goes, "Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for shopping at Space Winco."
I hit my cigar really slowly and let the ember light up my face, even though it's fully lit.
Yeah.
It still gets kind of spooky with my big hat as it lights up and just blows smoke out to cover up my visage, and then slowly pull away from underneath the smoke and walk out.
Good. Hey, Billy, I'm going to need you to make a strength check to pick up that.
Yes, I know it's coming.
Please make a one times your strength.
One times?
No, we'll do two. We'll do 2 times. I'll be nice to you.
Okay. 20. So yeah, that is under my 58.
Perfect. Beautiful. So yeah, you lift this no problem. That kid's like, "Wow, you're strong." And you shuffle.
So difficult if they didn't insistently put it all in the same bag.
Yeah. And you shuffle out of the Galactic Winco over to Miss Tabitha Abernathy's house.
Tabernathy.
Tabitha Tabernathy, over to her house, her little hovel. That is about a block and a half away from the Galactic Winco. So she could have walked and gotten this herself,
Just
but
across the street to her house.
She's a millennial. She's not going to go do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And you knock on the door, creaks it open. Just a elderly human woman.
As soon as it opens up, "Smooth Joe's here requiring payment."
Why are you yelling? What are you? "Oh, my groceries. Thank you."
I didn't know the difference between the oil and the water and the tomato. And payment was accepted. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And she reaches out for the bag, and you kind of drop it into her arms.
Drop it in her hand.
She shuffles backwards and puts it on something, and then, "Here you go." And she hands you a credit chip card.
How many credits?
200 credits.
Fantastic.
Yeah. This old lady is not going to walk across the street to do her own grocery shopping. She happily pays for it. She goes, "Thank you. Have a nice day. I'll give you 5 stars." And she slams the door in your face.
I start looking around like 4 of the 5 stars. It was like she's giving me stars. I don't.
Yeah, you never see them. And at about now, Roger's Cantina has opened.
Fantastic.
So
let's head over there.
You may head over there. Wonderful. You enter Roger's Cantina. It is bustling with noise and activity. There's loud music, a cacophony of voices. The door slides open to a packed bar. People at tables laughing, drinking, generally having a fun time. On stage, there is a live band of Baylorians just rocking out. It's a sick tune. Several people are dancing. It's just a good time. And over in the far corner, you can see the famed Roger of Roger's.
Uh-oh.
Quite drunk already. And is seemingly recounting a tale of his exploits to a group of bargoers. What do you do?
I'll probably slide on over and try to eavesdrop into one of his tales to see if it's anything worth questioning about.
Wonderful. He's like, and then I say, we were just positively covered in goop, and everybody erupts in laughter. He's like, oh, good times, good times. Who wants to hear about the time that I picked up a Gelonian woman? And somebody's like, oh, May. He's like, oh, funny story, really. So we were up over in Baylor and having a great time. He's just recounting, old war stories, essentially. And he doesn't seem to notice you. He's too busy. He's pretty drunk. He's got his little robotic arm around one of the girls sitting next to him. One of his security serfs is sort of scanning the room, gets a little glimpse of you, and is like looking at you, but he kind of leaves you alone. Robert, what are you doing?
Oh, am I at that bar, or is that where I was doing the gambling?
Are you heading? Okay. You heading there? Yeah, you're not far away. The ponies are close by.
Well, I'm broke, so I don't know why I would go there.
I mean, you got a tip. You got a tip when you got off your transport ship here that was the best place to find the real good jobs.
Okay, all right, then yes, I will be. So he's going to adjust on his belt. He has a cylinder that's like 7 or 8 inches long, with like a handle, like almost like a hilt on it.
Yeah.
He like kind of pats, and then he has what almost looks like a CD player. Like it's like it's this chevron shaped, like kind of like almost like a shield, like that is got these discs on top of it, and this arm that almost looks like the record, or like a needle for a record, except it's actually like for chucking out these discs.
A Beyblade.
Well, it's on it is written "The Player." It's like etched into it. And he pats that as well and nods and goes like, "All right, it's time to get serious."
With a little Beyblade launcher.
Yeah. So
hey, it's in the book. I'm taking this from the book.
I love it.
It's so good. You wander into Roger's Cantina, and it's like I said, bustling, full of activity. You see the strange man from breakfast, standing over, trying to eavesdrop on Roger.
I'm avoiding him as much as possible.
Good, yeah. You, Billy, see the fancy man from breakfast walk in to the bar, and it is sort of just standing there.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Fancy Man. If I know anything about fancy gentlemen, is that money knows money. So if he ends up looking like he might get a tip on a job, like I want to be aware of that.
Wonderful. So Robert, what are you doing?
I am, in fact. Well, first, I guess I'm just trying to like blend in, schmooze.
Yeah.
I order a drink without paying for it.
You just a waitress walks by with like one of those like, you know how sometimes when you're on a cruise they've got like the complimentary signature drink of the day. She's walking around with those, like, you guys want to try a bubble shot? Then no. And you just sort of whoop, one off of her.
Well, or I like
Okay.
straight up take like someone else's drink while I'm walking by, and they're like with my friend, I'm just like going.
Yeah, you see Brandonian, which you're like, why is that plant drinking? Turn to their friend, and you can only tell because the fedora on their head turns to talk to their friend, and you see him swipe a drink off of their table, and then they turn back, seemingly confused, and the fedora is just turning around quickly, trying to see where their drink went.
So I enjoy my Brandonian ranch water.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, it's not great. It's just a bunch of leaves in seltzer water with like a bunch of vodka. It's real weird.
Balthazar enjoys it. There's not a booze that Balthazar does not like.
Beautiful, beautiful.
His goal is to get the cyber liver eventually. But he wants he needs a special customized cyber liver so he can still get drunk, but not like have his liver fail.
Solid, fair. Do you approach the bar at all?
Yeah.
Stolen beverage? Okay.
Absolutely.
You sit down, bartender comes over. What can I get you?
He like shows the bartender that he has a drink.
Great, you want another one?
Sure.
All right. Weird choice, but okay. He walks over.
Wait, no. Let me rectify that. I'll have a pan. I'll have a pan-galactic Zarble blaster.
Okay. All right. Okay. Shuffles over.
And novelty cup.
Yeah, because he pulls out a giant. It's like spiraled on the inside. It's this big fluted cup that has like its own straw that comes up out of it, a little curly straw. And he starts just mixing stuff up. You see him pull out like glitter and like dust it across the top, and like it's like way too many steps. He does some flair bartending. But he like deadpan is just so tired.
Yeah,
hates making this drink. Slides it over to you, and he goes, "All right, that'll be 150 credits."
I like over my shoulder, like kind of like nod towards the greasy guy, and I go, "He's got it."
Oh, okay. And so you see the bartender really wave you down.
Me?
Yeah, he waves you over.
I don't think I noticed. When I see him, I'm trying really hard to eavesdrop. I'm probably focused really hard on that.
Yeah.
My IQ is not very well. So like he's like, people are talking, and then once he goes to the bartender, I lose focus of him. I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So like I'm going back to the guy who's like talking, and I'm like scooting closer and closer to his group that he's talking to, and trying to like get my ear closer, like nothing.
And Roger goes, and then the Antarian says, but you're made of metal. And everyone's like, oh. And at that point, you've come a little too close, and one of the serfs goes, hey, move it along, buddy. Roger's not hanging out with the likes of you, and sort of turns you around and pushes you towards the bar.
I let him push me, and I'll let him like push me with like he used all his strength, even though he didn't. And be like,
oh god, man's made it.
Everyone's just so much stronger than me.
It's at this point the bartender has walked over there and been like, hey, that guy says you're paying for his drinks.
What?
I look over to him and like raise the drink and like
I got your friend, overly fancy guy says you're paying for his drink. Someone needs to pay me 150 credits.
150 credits?
Yeah, he ordered the fanciest drink in the bar.
That's like 8 days of groceries.
What? Listen, man.
You can tell that guy that once the horse gets pissed off at the coyote's gonna howl.
I'm gonna get up and walk into the bathroom at this point.
With the beverage. My God, you guys.
And so, after I say that, I just pat him on the shoulder and I walk like to another group.
come on, man. All right. So he turns around and you're gone. So he's like, fudge this, okay? And he walks over to one of the serfs and he whispers something. Then he points at Billy and he gestures around and explains what you look like to this security serf. And so the serf comes over and grabs you, Billy, under the arm and scoops you up. He's like, "You're trouble. I don't like trouble in my bar. Where's your friend?"
I ain't just trouble, but I don't got no friends.
What? Where's your friend? All right, come on. And he cuffs you to him, and he's sort of dragging you around looking for work. You looking for work?
I would like to use my Wait, if you respond to that, yeah, I just go back to limp. Like, yeah, I'm looking for work. You hiring?
All right, hold on. Let me go find your friend. You wait here, and he plops you onto a bar chair and cuffs
I like
you
slide out of your pants. I have an ability to goo escape from grabbing me. I was excited to use it, and I'll use it anytime someone touches me.
All right, wait here. I'm going to go find your friend, and maybe we can work something out, okay?
Wolf works alone.
Just stay here. And he walks off. And you, Robert, sitting in a bathroom stall drinking your
No, I'm not sitting in the bathroom stall. I'm just like freshening up with my drink on the counter next to me, drinking occasionally while I
You see the security serf bust the door open into the bathroom. What are you doing?
What does it look like? I'm freshening up.
Are you with the greasy guy?
I'd say he's with me.
Come with me, please, sir.
I pick up my drink and I'm just going to walk with him and keep sipping on it.
Yeah.
I am taking big sips. I'm finishing the drink.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you better be chugging that before they take it from you.
Good. Yeah. He goes, he sits you down. He sits you down next to Smooth Joe, and he says, "Both of yous just wait right here." And he walks over to Roger and whispers something to him and points out both of you. And you hear Roger just go, and then like say something and gesture. And he goes back over, he goes, "The man would like to speak to you. He's got a job for you both. It'll be handsome. Just come with me." And
handsome as I am?
No, and he guides you over. He guides you over to the table. And with the flick of his wrist, Roger shoos off the girls and says, "Please sit down, join me." Roger, looking up close to him, is a fully robotic individual. He is, from what you know or what you've heard rumor of, is the first being that was ever here at the Nexus, ever lived at the Nexus. Some people think that he built it, but no one really knows. It's been around for such a long time. He is ornately built, just incredibly finely crafted. He looks like a human, but he is fully robotic. He's shiny, he's chrome, he's just gorgeous to behold. And he says, "Please, gentlemen, have a seat."
So, is he wearing clothes, or are the clothes built into his design?
He's wearing clothes.
Okay.
He's wearing like a really fine suit. It's all like satins and silks. It's things like you were used to, really just incredibly, impeccably fancy, but like the finest materials, like gold filigree all in them. He's got big rings on. Just like, he looks like a mobster boss, but he's a robot. And he gestures for the bartender to bring you over 2 more drinks.
I mean, all the
are they the same ones that I already had?
Yeah, the bartender goes, just starts making them. A couple minutes later, he brings them over. He sets them down in front of you. All right. What are your names? I'm Roger. Lovely to meet you.
Smooth Joe.
Okay.
Balthazar Laserford of the Tau Ceti Laserfords.
Ah, I knew your mother once. She's a lovely lady. And he, something knowing about that in an uncomfortable way.
No, Balthazar is not remotely uncomfortable about it. Balthazar actually mentally checks that down to ask his mother for details later.
Yeah.
So comfortable.
But he at the same time is like looking Roger up and down and wondering how anatomically correct his chassis is.
We all are.
Yeah, we all are. Roger goes, well, you seem like the right men for the job, then. You've both heard of Surfing Bird, right? The vacation planet?
Strangely, no. Please tell me about this Surfing Bird. I definitely didn't see it earlier today.
Well, Surfing Bird's the luxury vacation planet. It's beautiful rainbow beaches.
I give a pointed look over to Smooth Joe when I say that, by the way.
I just yeah.
It's got beautiful rainbow crystalline beaches, crystal clear water, the perfect temperature, everything you could dream of a vacation planet. I sent my friend Harold there because, well, his girl.
Smooth Joe drinking his drink.
No.
Okay, because I'm drinking like my second one at this point, and I'm gonna look over to Joe and I'm saying, "You're missing out, buddy. You gonna drink that?"
You have it.
Oh, more than 2 gargle blasters is enough to. I mean, let me just say, it's like having your brains bashed in with a slice of lemon wrapped around a brick of gold.
It is pretty great.
Usually when someone's bashing my brains, it's with their foot.
Well, suit yourself. That I will go ahead and start taking his drink as well.
Beautiful.
So, funny is that euphemism was meant to be like, oh, I should try this. And like, suit yourself.
Roger gestures for another one to be brought to you, and the bartender, you just hear the bartender go, God damn it. And then and he comes over, he's like, I swear to laser Jesus, and he puts it down. Puts it down in front of you, so you now have another one. And Roger says, I'm gonna need you boys to focus, okay? I sent my good buddy Harold, old adventuring friend of mine, over to Surfing Bird, because you see his girl Kitty dumped him, and he was pretty depressed. So I offered to pay for him to spend a couple of days in the VR suite. Just get his mind off things. Maybe, bang a few VR girls. Really get his jollies off. Unfortunately, they've let me know that, he's overstayed his welcome. I need you to go there for me in order to get him out. I don't know how he's managed to stay in there longer than what I paid for, but they're trying to grift me out of the platinum package. Because he's saying he's not going to leave. So I will
do Laserford and go, platinum's better than gold.
If only a little bit tackier.
So I will happily pay for you to go there and put you up in the nicest places. You can have as much fun as you want. As long as you get my boy out. And if you get him out, I plan to pay you handsomely. How does 3,000 credits sound?
Sign me up.
Each?
Wonderful. Each, sure.
Jeez, my dogs are barking.
It's a space dog.
Right. Barking at the space hobos outside.
Space hobos? Goddamn space hobos.
Get off my space lawn, damn it. They've just got a fire inexplicably burning out there in space.
Thank you for covering on my dog. Anyway, Roger,
full-blown spacesuits around the trash can.
Yeah, no, they're full space.
God damn it!
But the trash can is like a barrel and open.
Yes, just open fire in space.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Roger says that he's upgraded your rooms at Velarax Towers for the night, and his private transport will take you to Surfing Bird in the morning. So you're welcome to enjoy the club on his dime for the rest of the evening. And so feel free to tell me how long you party before you go back to your luxury suite at Velarax Towers.
I get all giddy and excited, and I'm like, I'm gonna try Coca-Cola.
Nano Coke.
Nano Coke.
Only 50% carbon.
All right, you try Coca-Cola.
After you take the
Yeah. You try Galactic Coke, and it is an experience. It's zesty, it's bright, it burns a little bit when you drink it. You are so energized once you've finished it. And
they
yeah,
don't
your teeth
make
are
it
black.
with the original isotopes anymore, since they found out that their half-life is,
well, maybe they'll
3,000 years.
Maybe they'll bring back Galactic Coke Classic.
What do you do? What do you do, fancy boy?
Oh, I have a party. I have some hookers. I have caviar in the room. As soon as he says on his dime, I rack up $50,000 worth of debt. I get a nice sloosh.
We just cut to Roger sleeping in his little recharge pod, and it's just little notifications of room charges are popping up. Bing, 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 private masseuse. Meanwhile, in the corner,
it's called from Jace.
In this suite there are multiple rooms, 2 very large king-size bedded rooms, a shared foyer. Each room has their own bathroom, and yes, Billy, there is a closet. Before you ask me.
Yeah, so I get ready for the night to go sleep in the closet, but I am enjoying the high life. So instead, I'm gonna go into the bathroom. It's not as big as the main room, but I can turn the lights down and it's nice and cold.
Picture your character sitting in the empty living room, the empty main area. It's just totally empty. There's none of the other stuff around it. You're just flipping through the channels on the TV.
I look at the TV just blasting on me. It's elegance.
This is the high
life. So you spend a lavish evening in your own individual ways in your large shared luxury suite.
Both sad.
Rats Towers. Both sad.
Sad people. In different ways.
Jesus Christ. I have no hope for Harold. And in the morning, a security serf from the club escorts you to a private transport vessel that takes you to Surf and Bird. When you land at Surf and Bird, you are overtaken by the beauty of a tropical but alien-like planet with beaches that glitter with rainbows under a temperate sun. The water here is crystal clear and shimmers as it crashes on the terrain. The temperature is perfect somehow. Not too hot, not too cold. It is truly ideal. As you step off the transport, a slim human woman welcomes you with large leis of alien flowers that smell like sugar candy and have an iridescent shimmer, and you are directed to the lobby of the Excelsior Hotel.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Before we're inside, to the person giving us the leis, Balthazar is God, can't any of you turn down the goddamn sun?
Oh yeah, you're fucking hot.
The woman goes, absolutely, sir, and gestures, and the sun dims a little bit.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Smooth Joe is struck with the power of God right now.
She says, please enjoy your stay, gentlemen. As she wipes her hand that accidentally touched Smooth Joe on the back of her dress.
And Balthazar rolls his eyes and turns to Smooth Joe and is like, God, the service in these places sometimes.
Fucking worst. You are directed to the lobby of the Excelsior Hotel, a large ornate hotel with a floral scented lobby covered in old world marbles and gold fittings. The likes of which you, Balthazar, have probably seen, but Smooth Joe, this is something out of the TV shows of the old human world. It is incredible. And one of Roger's security serfs is there to meet you. And he says, please follow me to your room. I have a dossier for you. And he leads you up to a luxury suite upstairs and hands you a virtual file folder on Harold. So the gist is Harold is a former expert.
Is he reading this to us, or is he expecting us to read it?
He's expecting you to read it. So he hands you each one. They're like little clear Palm Pilots. Do you read it?
No, do much read.
Did either of you read?
I read, yeah.
Okay, good. So Smooth Joe, you learn that Harold is a former expert hacker who was dating a casino floor dealer named Kitty, who works here on Surf and Bird at the Seraph Casino. She recently dumped him, and he lives on the Nexus with his mother. And you realize that it was probably a dumb idea for Roger to send him where his ex-girlfriend works.
Can I tell the computer of the room or something to read it to me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I can read it, I just don't want to. Okay.
Wow. Oh my god.
I'm gonna explain it to you in like the most broken way. Like, he hacks stuff up, right? All right. So he's hacking up this girl named Rita.
No, like as my computer is reading through the thing of it, every now and then I'm like, oh, okay, go next part. Like, where I just like,
she's like
bored.
Harold Cribbins, expert former hacker, lives on the Nexus with his okay. Girlfriend Kitty, floor casino, is at VR Palace in virtual reality simulation.
Kitty, you said?
Kitty, yes.
Is she hot?
She pulls up a picture of Kitty. Yes, she's incredibly hot. She is an incredibly hot.
I'll be the judge of that computer.
She is an incredibly. She's about 5'2" Andarian, really slim. She's slim thick, I guess. She's been like Kim Kardashian, if you will. And she's just a perfect shade of purple, really, really plucky and adorable. Looks great in her little casino dealer outfit. Do you pull up a picture of Harold?
Oh no.
Solid. Billy, do you pull up pictures of Harold? Do you pull up any pictures? Do you know how to pull up pictures?
I didn't think there were pictures, so
perfect.
When he got the computer to show the girl, I was like, I don't know who that is.
Good, great.
Does it describe Harold? Besides the hack,
it lets you know that that Harold is human and he's about mid-30s.
That's good enough.
Yeah, mid-30s human, lives with his mom on the Nexus. That's essentially how he's described. So
there's probably a lot of people on this planet. Okay, we're gonna look at the photo.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, you know that he is in a VR simulation. So he is at the VR Palace in a VR simulation. He looks pretty regular. You kind of go, what does this woman see in this man? He's real basic looking. Just basic human white guy. Like, no cybernetics. He kind of looks like a dude who would live in his mom's basement a little bit. Perfect. Yeah, he's pretty basic. At the back of the dossier, there is a layout for the planet. You can see that the VR Palace is actually in the hotel that you are in, and it is also connected to the Seraph Casino. So, but then also throughout this, there is a... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, is it owned by the Seraph Casino? Is it operated separately? Like, is it part of the casino?
It's part of the casino, yes.
Okay. It's yeah, I was just wondering as far as ownership and like who's dealing with what, yeah.
Yeah. There is this planet is full of just so many different terrains. There is a jungle world. There is a fantasy prism. There's an old Wild West area. Yeah.
I was just wondering, are each of the like biomes like related to each of like a casino owned by like a different corporation or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So the tropical area that you have entered into is owned by the Excelsior Hotel and the Seraph Casino, and that's where the VR suite is. Whereas the jungle world hosts the Velen Beast Tracks and the racing.
So that's the theme of that one,
company.
Right?
Yeah.
So each one has like a specific theme to their whole resort, and that's why they've terraformed it to be whatever to their theme. So there's like a ski lodge maybe a few miles over there that's snowy mountains, even though it doesn't make any sense, like geologically speaking, right?
It's like a
if you look out the window, if you look out the window of your hotel, you can see the horror realm next door that kind of looks like Barovia. Like it's spooky and dark, and you see things flying through the air occasionally. And then you also know there's Midnight City, which is basically GTA on steroids almost. It's very cyberpunk. You can punch hookers, and it's one of those.
Do you like android bodies, or are you just at risk of getting punched? Or
you're at risk of getting punched. It's where people go where they want to get punched.
Okay.
Can tell this place is for eccentric rich weirdos who want a vacation from their eccentric rich weirdo life to go be different eccentric rich weirdos. Make an intelligence roll ×3 for me.
So to be clear, rolling a skill is percentile, correct?
Yes. You want to roll meet or under?
Nope, I went way higher. I got 84.
Okay, so you know sort of the surface level things about it.
I haven't been here since I was a kid.
It's
I used to take yearly vacations here with my family, but after a while, when I was a teenager, it got so boring. I didn't feel like going anymore. I mean, my parents kept coming, but I wanted to hang out and do Neo Coke and.
I've just been personally. I would like the listeners to know that I've been personally victimized by my husband, who grew up getting to go to Disney World every year, and I got to go to Disneyland once when I was 5. So he makes fun of me every time I want to go to Disney because he grew up there and he got tired of it. I will fight you later, Robert. Anyway, Billy, did you want to make a ×3 intelligent roll to see what you know about Surfing Bird?
Yellow is my type. I also got 84, which is over.
Yeah, you guys just know it's a weird resorts world. That's all you know.
Been here for a year.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I mean, I haven't been at this point. It's been almost 15 years. It's been a while.
If a surf could roll its eyes, the security surf would be rolling its eyes at you right now. So he gives you a general
they
map.
got rid of the 0G titty bar. That was my favorite.
My God. So he gives you sort of an overview map, and does let you know that
it just works itself out.
He does let you know that Kitty is currently at work. If you wanted to go talk to her, or you could just head straight to the VR in order to try and drag him out.
I am gonna go talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hobble behind him.
So entering the casino, it is your standard Vegas casino. It looks like the inside of the MGM Grand for anybody who's ever been there. It is a very sort of old school looking fancy Vegas casino. There's all manner of casino floor girls in cute little outfits bringing people drinks while they gamble on the floor. You know, all of that.
The family friendly phase. This place has really come around again. Let me tell you.
Jesus. And the surf leads you over to the blackjack tables. It's a double blackjack, galactic, whatever, what have you. And there is Kitty dealing to a group of various men who are all being kind of gross to her because it's.
Okay, what's the buy-in?
The buy-in is 2,000 credits.
2,000. Oof.
Yeah. It's a beefy. They're a fancy hotel. These are high stakes tables.
Yeah.
All these guys are doing that like Vegas, like professional gambler thing where they've got like baseball caps real low and like sunglasses on and headphones. Like it's one of those.
Yeah.
But they're all like making really gross jokes the whole time. And the surf walks up and says, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I need to steal the lady for a second. And they're all, get out of here, whatever. And he leads Kitty over to you. And she goes, is this about Harold?
Doesn't have to be.
No, thank you. You're a bit hoity-toity for my taste. Sorry. Listen, I heard what's happening, and I don't know if I could get him out of the VR, so I'm not going with you to try. You can't make me go. I'm working, okay?
So what's going on with him being stuck in the VR?
All I know is that he was sad, and so Roger sent him here, and I guess he doesn't want to leave. I think he hacked it or something.
I mean, we assumed that he didn't want to leave because he got another look at your beautiful face and couldn't bring himself to get away.
Oh, that was smooth. And I would know.
She's making this face actively. You just, Listen, you're not my type, okay? So, I mean, I'm into humans, but not your kind of human. Anyway, listen, Harold's a good guy, and just be nice to him. And I didn't want to have to break him up, but it felt like we weren't going nowheres.
Is he dangerous?
Oh no, Harold's a doll. He's a kitten, basically.
He just wasn't ready to commit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get him to move here to Surfing Bird with me. I got a nice new little apartment. It's got a bedroom and everything, and I'm doing real goods here, and I said I could take care of him if he wanted to try freelance hacking for the casinos, but
we're trying to tie him down.
Yeah, but we've been together for like 10 years. I thought it was time.
Sometimes a guy has to have some room, to fly free.
Or some guy just doesn't want to leave his mother.
So thinks for a moment about that.
Maybe you're more her type than you think. Keep in mind, this whole time your mother's been sending you angry text messages about fully draining your allowance account. She says, if it'll help, tell him that I'll talk to him and maybe you could get him to come out. But I wouldn't try and hack in. He's an expert at what he does, and I bet that's how he's staying in there without paying.
Is the staff angry at him at all?
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't they doing anything about it?
They can't. They tried to get in to lock him out, to send him out of there, but they can't figure out what he did. My table's getting Nancy. I gotta get back. And she...
I mean, is there anything else you could give us to help convince him? I don't know, maybe a picture or...
Money.
Okay. You're gross.
She's saying that too.
She quickly takes Smooth Joe's hands in her hands and then immediately regrets it because you're so crazy. She goes, "Oh, I did not expect you to be this clammy and damp."
I take that gooey hand and take my head off and slick the hair back.
Oh, okay.
That's how they call me Smooth.
She rubs her hands on the security surf. And he's like, "Hey." And she goes, "Just tell him I'll take him back if he thinks about moving here. I want to start a family.
Balthazar is immediately uninterested the moment she starts about talking.
Yep, perfect, good. And she just goes, Surfing Bird's the best place to start a family. Look at how kid-friendly this place is. As a naked woman walks by, a tray of drinks. And then she's like, okay, I gotta get back. They get antsy, and they're high-stakes guys, okay? And she skitters off back to her table and deals out another hand. As the security serf says, gentlemen, are you ready to enter the VR experience?
Let's go unplug this computer, man.
Great. And he leads you back out through the casino and through the hotel lobby, down a set of stairs to VR World. It essentially looks like an arcade, but it is separated rooms of people in these pod-like tanks with helmets on their heads in what seems like a medically induced coma, almost. Wearing these slick bodysuits, and they're sort of jostling around. You see their arms moving. And above them there are screens showing you their VR experience. And when you walk in, you see, much like a Dave and Buster's, there is a series of packages that you can purchase. The basic package is like 24 hours. The next package is like a couple of days. And all the way at the bottom is the platinum package, which is a lifetime membership in VR. So some people pay all of the money they have in the world to spend their lives in this virtual reality.
Wait, I thought that what's the dude who hired us said he had a platinum package, right?
No, they are trying to bully him into the platinum package because he only paid for Harold to have 3 days in the VR.
And Harold's trying to
pay the platinum package.
A 3-day package. A 3-day package is like 5,000 credits, so it's not cheap. Right. But the platinum package is like 4 million credits.
Okay,
got it.
Is there anything bigger than a 3-day package?
Yeah, there's like a day, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, like a month, a year. There's like multiple. Yeah. But the platinum package is your entire lifetime. Yeah. Yes. For as long as you live, you spend the rest of your time in VR. And you can see there are a couple of platinum package members.
Sure.
Their rooms are like super decked out.
Are they physically being cared for? Are they like weird, gross people in jars at this point? Or
they're being physically cared for. Because they're on those like those really fancy, like their whole room is a VR kind of a thing. So the ground is like a big treadmill, and there's like a bed.
They're moving around. They're not.
Yeah. But they're confined to that room, and occasionally like someone will come in and they have an IV like strapped to them, and someone will come in and like inject it with like nutrients to keep them alive, pretty much.
That makes sense. They'd have to not to go like realistic at our fancy space laser Jesus game, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to move the muscles or you're going to atrophy.
Yeah, and some of them
I mean, by the way, I'm ready to fucking go.
Yeah, you see some people.
No comment.
Some people are there just to like bone virtual hookers. Other people are there to be like cool space adventurers. Some of the lifetime people are just living sort of weird regular lives, and it's kind of sad.
That is sad.
But yeah, it's sad, but they're living like their ideal life. So like one guy just like lives on a farm with his dog. Like it's, but you can kind of glean that. Yeah, because that dog's dead in real life.
Smooth Joe has a goopy tear in front of that screen,
and then you like suck it back in somehow. Your eye socket.
It just like goes into my pores.
Gross. So they
you suck it up like a snot rocket, but into your eye.
God damn. So the serf lets the counterfolk know who you are here for, and they nod and they lead you down a hallway to a back room where you see Harold in a pod. Just real basic neckbeard looking dude, real human, and you see on his screen at the moment he is flipping through scenarios. Like he has somehow found his way into their back system and is finding a different scenario to try and put himself in. And he finds one and he gets really excited and he clicks on it. And
so are there staff members around?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the staff members says, okay, so here's the deal. He's been in there for like a week and we really need him to come out. So we're going to load you up into his simulation. You can't die in there, so don't freak out.
Why hasn't anyone just unplugged him?
It doesn't really work like that. If we unplug him, he might die, so... And we're contractually not allowed to kill anybody.
Smooth just pans to the camera and Smooth Joe is like has a cord in his hand and he's unplugged it and he's like put the lamp behind him is off. He's like checking the screen. He's like
so we're gonna upload you into his system. We've connected these 2 pods over here. And they point to a room that has 2 pods in it, next to each other. You can't die in there, so don't. If you get attacked, just don't freak out. 'Cause you can't die. You might get hurt, but you can't die. Just please try to get him out. Okay, we're gonna upload you for an hour. And then after that, we might have to We don't want to have to unplug him, but at this point, we're getting close to that. That's sort of our last stitch effort. Ha 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 ha! This woman is tired. She's so.
Yeah.
She's
lazy
yep. She's the manager
how old
of the
is she?
VR world.
What's
She's
her-
like. So she is Andorian.
Okay,
but
so
she
wait,
was-
then I guess in
she's
human
purple.
equivalent, like.
In human equivalent, she would be like 25.
Okay, cool. Yes, Balthazar is
Yeah.
listening to her.
She's kind of mousy, real cute. She's clearly the manager here. She clearly has just been appointed to this position because the old manager, who knows? And this is really her first big issue she's had to deal with. And so corporate's really breathing down her neck to get money out of Roger and or unplug this guy, even though they're technically not supposed to do that. It's fine. She's freaking out. So she has some staff members come and load you up into...
Well, when she's freaking out at one moment, Balthazar's gonna be like shh, 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 and like brush away a strand of hair from her face.
The Andorians are bald.
Are they?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, they're the purple people. That's right.
They're the purple people. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Which you glean are the
fix her
majority of
glasses
people
for
who live
her.
here.
Awkwardly.
She sort of walks in hand. Please don't touch me. Can you just please get into the pods? Okay.
Hey, Laser Forder. Were we told to bring him back alive?
Yeah.
You sure?
I caught that much.
Whatever you
Otherwise,
say,
this would be over already.
Yeah. That's very true. You would.
So they
when I get into my pod, like right
Yeah.
before they hook me in, I'm gonna look over to the manager lady and wink at her.
She just goes. "Oh." So
Just
they
like,
actually
yeah, she likes that.
yeah. So they've led you down they lead you into a room and they suit you into VR suits and they load you into your pods and they hook you up to an IV and put the helmet over your head and close you down into the pod. And before you can even react, you are popped into this world that Harold is in. And what you see before you is a futuristic cityscape, much like the Nexus. In fact, this looks almost identical to the Nexus. And you are standing in front of the job board with Harold. And he's looking over the job board and he's like, all right, when's it gonna start? When's it gonna start? I gotta convince her. I'll get her back. And you can see off in the distance approaching you is Virtual Kitty. She's wearing a coat. She looks like she's heading over to the job board to pick a job out for the day. He's like, all right, be cool, Harold. Be cool. And he's like kind of pacing back and forth. Yeah.
You know, the peacock always does its dance for the one it loves. But it doesn't mean that it's gonna fly away.
Who the hell are you? Why are you talking to me?
Joe.
What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. I didn't program you to be here. Who are you?
We were sent in by the big metal man.
Oh, Roger, fuck. What does Roger want? Huh?
Well, he's the
What
one
does he want?
paying for your little excursion here. Vacation time's over.
Listen, I gotta find a way to win back Kitty. Okay? I
Look,
can't.
For some reason, as she's walking up, right? Virtual her's
Yeah.
walking up. Look,
Yeah.
For some reason, this sweet slice of virtual pie is willing to give you another chance, despite you being the shut-in loser that you appear to be.
Rude. Catch, thank you. I hacked my way into this world for free, so I don't have to leave until I find a way to get Kitty to take me back.
Or
Right?
they
Not
just
that
shut
hard.
your program down. I'm sorry.
They couldn't shut my program down. I built this. I built all of this. This is me. They can't figure this out. They'll never figure this out. No one's as good as I am. No one. Okay? All right? Now be cool, because I have to be heroic to win my girl back. All right?
That ain't
And,
nothing but a bunch of bips and bops.
What? You guys simple? Like
what Smooth Joe here is trying to say is that why are you dealing with this virtual construct when you have the real thing waiting for you back home?
Because she won't talk to me. And she's not back home. She's here. She won't come to the Nexus with me. She won't live with me and Mom on the space station where we should be. She wants to be here in her fancy little world, getting hit on by gross little gambler men. That's why she broke up with me. Sure, some high roller wooed her away.
What she wants is a life of her own. With you. She wants to take you and turn you into someone else. Someone who's worried about children and commitment and getting home at 5 o'clock.
That's what I want. I want her to come live with me and Mom. And she says that Mom's too overbearing and she's always in our stuff. But Mom takes care of me, okay? Mom's always taking care of me. She's a nice lady who may pay too much to have her groceries delivered from across the street. She's a nice lady, okay?
Balthazar's gonna do like... I'm sorry.
Punched in the face with the realization. She is a nice lady.
Yeah, she's a nice lady. Okay.
Balthazar just like a look at it this way. Have you ever considered? And I turn him to look at Virtual Kitty.
Because like, she's walked up now. She's looking at the job board.
It's like she could be your mom.
What, dude? That's weird. You're fucking weird. You're a weird dude, okay? Do you know that you're a weird dude?
No, I don't mean like you fuck your mom. I mean like...
God, what?
She takes care of you.
But I have Mom to take care of me. I don't want her to take care of me. And as he...
Mom, son.
Nor would I want to. She's my mom. And as he says this, a large Baylorian comes out of nowhere, grabs Kitty, and it's like, nobody move! I'm getting the best jobs on this job board, you jablonis! Huh? And he's pulled out a plasma pistol, and he has a security surf with him. And he's like, you want it back? Let me have the jobs, okay? Let me have the jobs! And before you can react, Harold has pulled out a plasma gun and is in a Mexican standoff, essentially, with this man. And he starts dragging Kitty back behind a barricade as Harold fires upon him. And he's like, listen, help me save Kitty and be useful, okay? And he ducks you back around the corner from the job board, and you have now found yourselves in the middle of a VR shootout.
Can you tell me if this is real or not? I can't really...
What is everybody's agility score?
Not the highest.
50.
Perfect.
35.
So Balthazar, you are first. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm gonna slap Smooth Joe like just backhand him a little bit, like not like
your hand is
like,
so greasy now.
Yes, I'm ready for this.
Your hand slides off his face as you try to slap him.
But
full force would barely move my chin.
Yeah.
Get it together, Joe. Do you think that's virtual air you're breathing? Because it is. None of this is real.
Harold's just like, those are fucking weird.
I don't know what cream of wheat tastes like.
A bowl of cream of wheat appears.
All right. I'm gonna say he's using the one lady as cover, right?
Yeah, he is. He's pulled her behind like some barrels on the street and is holding her hostage and shooting, but then putting the plasma rifle back up to her head as his security surf is also kind of barrage plasmaing it down on you guys.
I'm gonna turn to Joe after I slap him, and I'm gonna be like, cover me! And I'm gonna start like running around to try to like, I'm not running straight on him. I'm trying to so that he can't directly see. Maybe like I'm trying to get around so that he doesn't have a straight sight line to me, so that I can maybe try to get him from the side while Joe is distracting him by shooting at him, head on. Like,
all right. So you're not shooting on him. You're running.
Yeah, I'm trying to get closer to him so I can get into melee with him.
Make just a general 2 1 times. Yeah.
It's more fun.
It is more fun.
Except I rolled shit, So.
Oh no! All right, he's gonna take a shot at you.
Pew 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 pew.
Oh, but he fails. It goes wide. He's like, damn it! And he's like, get him, Chippy! And the surf, you got it, boss. And the surf's also gonna try and take a shot
wait,
at
just to
you.
be clear, what is is it a surf a robot or what is it?
Surfs are like gaseous, diaphanous people who live in like robot shells.
Okay, so they're not actually robots. They are like organic.
They're a
beings.
race of, they're a race of beings, but they're like
gas people.
air. Yeah.
Space fart man.
Ooh, he does hit you with his plasma rifle.
Okay, good thing I have some shielding.
Yeah, you take 7.
Okay, it doesn't get through my shields.
Perfect. All right, Smooth Joe, you are up.
I'm also gonna try to get closer.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the surf is closer to us than the hostage.
Yes, yeah, the surf is sort of in between you guys and his cover.
I'm gonna try to get closer, and then can I? That's just one turn, right? Getting closer.
No, you can take a shot at him if you want.
Okay,
Or at the
I'm
surf.
actually not gonna get shot to him. I'm gonna get so close to him that I'm going to pull down my shirt, and there's a giant like pustule
Gross.
that's like been getting red and big this whole time.
Gross.
Like, it's time for Smooth Joe to get smooth, and I pull it down, and then pull my neck back, which ruptures it.
Gross.
Loads acid on him. So I'll
all right, make an agility roll. Yeah.
I'm bad at these, by the way. Oh, I got 1.
Hey,
That's a crit.
that's a crit. Roll double damage.
Yay! It's not very much damage.
Yeah, you're doing this to the surf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's double damage is all of it in this game too.
Yeah.
So that's max. So 6 times 2 is 12.
Wow. You take a chunk out of this surf. He was not expecting this, and you have ruptured his suit. So he is freaking out. He's not looking great. And he's like, boss, I'm leaking. And so now it is Harold's turn. And Harold's like, guys,
Harold's oldest time.
you're not helpful. I have to be the hero. Harold's gonna do one of those running shoots as he runs over across the street gap.
Is he wearing like Matrix like leather trench?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But it's like sad because he's kind of like pudgy and he's got like a gross beard. He does hit, so he is gonna, and he's shooting at the surf as well.
He's shooting the surf?
Yeah. He is shooting the surf. Ooh, he takes some dece damage out of him as well. The surf is looking rough. And the other guy's starting to panic because his security surf is getting nerfed. It is now the ruffian who has taken Kitty hostage's turn. And he is going to try and shoot back at Harold, who is running across this open gap. Ooh, to no avail. He fails. The shot goes wide. And we are back up at the top of Balthazar.
Balthazar is going to how close is, so you're up in melee with the surf, right, Billy?
Yes.
Okay, so did Balthazar like come over to where I am, or not Balthazar, sorry, did Harold come over to like where I am? Where is Harold?
Harold is, he's crossed the street over by where you are.
Okay, then I'm gonna, Balthazar says to Harold, like, go take care of your woman, and I'm gonna go finish off. I'm gonna get into melee. I ignite my sword, so I pull out that cylinder and like a big, and then it all electricity, and I go running in at the surf to finish him off.
Beautiful. Make your agility roll.
Nope, I miss. 65.
Oh no! The surf, because he's freaking out and leaking, turns and sprays some of his gaseous form in your face, and your swing goes just a little wide, clanging into the ground next to him, and he's like, boss! Boss! It is your turn, Smooth Joe.
Smooth Joe puts his hand in his pocket and goes, when you take a life, you gotta make sure it's personal. And then he'll pull out a switchblade.
Oh my god.
And then he's just gonna like into
Jesus.
this one. 35 exactly. Fuck. 33.
Hey.
Oh, you're 33?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I can see it's garbage.
It's
yes.
all blessed start with 35 minus 1d10.
Woof.
Yeah, it's rough. So he's flailing way too much. This surf is freaking out. So the surf is gonna try and swing. It's gonna try and swing on you, Billy, as you've done the most damage to him. And no, he's too frazzled. He does not hit you. So he swings wide with his fist, trying to come down on you, and is just panicking. And Harold's going to take this opportunity to try and take him out from across the street. Ooh, with quite a bit of success. Not enough to drop him, but close. Very close. And he's like, I'll come for you, kitty! And she's just, and so now the ruffian is going to try and shoot back at him. And misses horribly, hitting the wall behind him. We are back to Balthazar.
Alright, Balthazar is now going to try to finish off the surf with his key sword.
Please do. All you have to do is
49.
Beautiful.
I barely hit.
You barely hit him.
Yes.
So you quite literally...
I do 9 points of physical damage.
Far more than you needed. You essentially trip into the open hole of this man's surfsuit and rip it asunder, cracking him in half, freeing his gaseous form into the aether as he screams up towards the top of the Nexus Dome. Just all the way up. And you can see a gaseous form stuck to the top of the dome, just panicking.
After I finish him off, I'm going to point my sword up at the main guy, and I'm going to look back to Harold, and I'm going to be like, he's open, Harold! You've got him!
Okay! And it is you, Smooth Joe.
I am going to... I'm going to try to shoot the ruffian... but I'm gonna try to shoot his leg to try to get him to get into a better position so that Harold can take him out.
Okay.
So I'm non-lethal.
Making sure you don't take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Harold to kill him.
Crit.
Crit.
Well, if you
blow his leg off.
If you crit, it specifically says that you get to choose what part of his body. And
Yeah,
I'll take the least amount of. Oh, don't worry, I missed.
Big surprise there.
Yeah. So you miss, but you get a little too close to him, so he's like, and he scoots out a little further out into the street.
Loser.
And Harold is gonna take a shot. Come on, Harold. You can do this, buddy.
Where's my chili?
Give me a crit. Okay, he did okay. He did alright. He did okay. His big plasma rifle does a decent amount of damage. Alright. Okay. He gets a pretty good chunk out of this guy's shoulder, and he's like, I'll get you. And the guy shoots back at him. Ooh, whiffing. God, I'm rolling hot garbage for this ruffian. He's just shooting. He shoots straight up into the air. I rolled a 98 just now.
This fucking virtual scenario for Harold is on the easiest baby mode setting, and he's still just
oh man, what do I do?
Help me.
All right, Balthazar, we're back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the player. Whip it out, it extends forward on my forearm, and just launches a few of these discs, and it makes an explosion. But I'm gonna shoot it behind him. I don't want to blow up her or hit him directly. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to kill him. I'm just trying to wear down his health and make it easier for Harold to get him.
Yeah. Roll an agility roll. If you whiff, then it might be bad. How'd you do there, buddy?
Roll a 90.
All right, roll your damage.
Oh, only average. 7 points of damage.
Okay, all right. So you do hit him, but you also send Kitty and him flying. So Kitty just gets blown across the street by the concussive blast of the player and is knocked out on the other side of the street. And Harold's like, "What are you doing? You're idiots! You're such idiots! What are you doing?" And he is now gonna open fire on you. And he misses because Harold sucks. And it is you, Smooth Joe.
I had enough of this man-child, and they'll pull out it's like it's shaped with 5 points, like turn half of each 5 point, and then I will throw the chocolate starfish at Harold.
Is Harold and Kitty still together? Or Harold, never mind, sorry.
Yeah, Harold.
This is going to incapacitate him for 1 to 4 rounds.
Perfect. All right. roll your agility.
Oh yeah, agility. It's not gonna work. 22!
Hey! All right, roll a d4 to see how long he's incapacitated.
2 rounds.
Perfect. So Harold's like, "No, what are you? No!" And then poof, and he just drops to the ground, and he disappears from VR, and all of a sudden the VR scenario around you shuts down, and you are awakened out of your pods to see Harold.
Shot him in the head from behind the board.
Man, I had a whole scenario I was going to come up with there. We were going to have to pretend that we were sent to defeat him so that he could, we were going to have to make him the hero. I thought we were going to have to make him the hero.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that was what I was going for, but you guys were real rude to Harold. So you
right over my head,
awakened out of your pods to see Harold thrashing around in the pod next to you, punching the glass, just super pissed off. And they're like, "Oh my god, I don't know how you did it, but thank you so much." And she goes to hug you, Smooth Joe, and then immediately is like, "Never mind."
The answer was fine.
Balthazar comes in I'll take that hug.
No. No. Please take your friend and get out of my establishment. You are all banned for life. Thank you so much. And then Lee just walks away. And as you see the security serve,
Jonas Meg, did you see how she was into me? She was on me there.
You hear the security serve go,
"She either loves you or she's not into guys."
So you see a security serf opening Harold's pod and grabbing him out and sort of pinning his hands behind him, and he's like, "You guys ruined it! You ruined it! I'm never gonna get Kitty back! I should just go jump into space, man!"
Harold,
it's like, what?
Just go talk to Kitty, man. For some reason, she loves you. Despite you being
this.
She said that?
Yeah, she said that.
Said she loves me?
She said that.
Hey, Kevin. And the security sir goes, "Yeah, man." And he goes, "Take me to Kitty." All right. And as you guys all walk out, the manager says, "Please never come back. Thank you." And he leads him.
Your number.
Security. And a large Baylorian picks you up and throws you out of the VR world. A little rougher than he needs to. And the door slams behind you, and the serf says, "All right, buddy, let's go." And you walk back through the lobby of the hotel, Harold in tow.
Balthazar landed on his feet almost like this has happened many times before.
Yeah. Little slide in a hair.
As you land, you hear your phone go off again, and in your VR glasses, you see your mother go, "Did you just get banned from VR World? What are you doing?" Wait till I tell your father about this. And you are led through into the casino back to Kitty, who is on her break at the bar. And she goes, "Oh, Harry!" And she runs and she gives him a hug. And he's like, "I'm real sorry, kids." And she's like, "It's all right. Just inconveniencing other people's not the best, And she looks at you guys. She goes, "Thank you so much for getting my Harry out of there without harming him."
To be clear, Harold's a human, right?
Yes, Harold is a human.
Okay, yeah.
He is.
Just wanted to make sure I was role-playing correctly about not being into him. Balthazar is into anything that's not a human dude.
Yeah, he's a human. He is a human dude. He's a human dude.
Anything else? If you're a dude, it doesn't matter. If you're an alien.
Yeah, he's got a long, greasy ponytail and a thick, unkempt beard. He's so neckbeardy. He's like a little pudgy, and he's still in his VR suit, so you can like really see just the full outline of his weird little dumpy body. He is, however, hung. So you kind of get it. You get it.
It pans from that to us going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's like, it's all right, baby. I'm just glad you're okay. And he says, "What can I do to get you back, kids?" She's like, "Will you come live here with me, please? I got us a nice place, please." He's like, "But Mom, who's gonna take care of Mom?"
"I'll take care of Mom."
And she says, she looks over you and he goes, "What?"
"Oh, I've been helping her around the house with the groceries. She's a really nice lady."
"Oh, you met my mom, Tabitha?"
"Tabitha Abernathy?"
"Yeah, that's my mom."
She owes me 5 stars. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it.
Oh, okay. I'll let her know. I'll make sure. He turns to you and he says, "Well, if you're willing to take care of my mom, then guess I could move. Will you bring her to visit?"
"To this fine establishment, I'll do whatever it takes to get here again."
"Okay, let me make a phone call real quick." And Harold steps away, and with his cuffed hands, he's still cuffed, picks up the phone, and you hear him say, "Hey, yeah, I'm all right. So I met a guy. Says he brought you groceries."
Mm.
"Hey, do you think if maybe?" And you can't really hear him, but he's chatting for a second, and he comes back
over to laser forward and just go, "I think I just want a wife."
And Harold comes back and he says, "Hey, so my mom is gonna send you those 5 stars, and she says that if you're willing to go get her groceries, you could live there, and just make sure she doesn't like fall in the shower or anything. And I'm gonna move here with Kitty." And he takes his cuffed hands and puts them around Kitty, and she goes, "Oh, baby, you mean it?" And she's like covering him in kisses, much to the confusion of everyone on this casino floor.
Everyone walks past
and Balthazar by this incredibly hot woman.
He's not. He just can't take his eyes off like Harold's package at this point. Like
it is immense. It is
just physically down, just like.
And with that, Harold and Kitty prepare to spend their lovely lives together, and you receive a message on your what I assume is a Nokia flip phone, Smooth Joe, and your VR glasses that say
Nokia flip phone.
Yeah, that say the credits are in your account. Thanks again, boys. I'll be calling on you when I need you, Roger. And you see 3,000 credits appear in each of your accounts. And he says, "You have the room for one more night. Have a good time on Surfing Bird." And with that, we will end. So thank you for playing Galaxies by the lovely Mikey Pollock. All fun, all around.
And if you would like to play Galaxies, and I suggest you do, there'll be a link in the description here for you to send him an email right now. We're going to help him set up a website where he can do online purchases. But as of right now, it's just as simple as sending an email. Also, we are now available on Apple podcast streams, and we would be super incredibly grateful if you would give us a review. If you leave a 5-star review, we promise, no matter how silly or stupid it is, we'll read it on air. Make me say the most craziest things. Treat it like an AOL chat room. Just go nuts.
Please do.
Thank you again for listening. We'll see you guys around.